Wait, you're recording now?
Oh, shit. No, never mind. Go back.
Okay.
We are really good at this.
2, 1, click.
Wait, can we quickly do that over?
Oh my god!
Hello everyone, JustGoron here, and welcome back to Saint Reginald Zoo and Botanical Garden. And as always, I am joined by Iben and Wyatt.
Hello!
And I'm gonna be honest, this is probably the most collaborative episode we've had so far. Because I have been super busy with life stuff the past 2 weeks, so Iben kind of filled in for me. Wyatt did a little bit of stuff as well. So, and of course I also did some things. Like look over here. We got
a lot of fingers.
He made a sign. Congratulations.
We got a general admission sign. Look at that.
Which is something I told you to do, so I'm like 25% on that one.
Alright. And we're done with that. Okay, let's actually go into the zoo. It's actually I'm not taking the most efficient route here.
No. Oh, wait. Before you leave this area, can you look to your right? Thank you, Wyatt.
Look at that. It's fixed. Wait, where's the staircase?
Two episodes after mine, we fixed the typo.
Why can't I go down the stairs?
We are total professionals, everyone.
So, I mean, this is where I want to be anyway, so it's fine. Because, in my last episode, I worked on the elephant area a little bit, and I should say we have been doing some planning, and we can see some beautiful things over here, which is courtesy of Mike. Do we want to explain what these are?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so in my episode I mentioned we have this lovely creek over here, and that it's such a fun challenge, when I said that I meant just the terrain around it, that was the challenge. But no, Mike came in and he was like, we have like laws in America about water or something, and you can't build within this much space of it. And I'm like, that changes things.
We have laws in America about water or something.
Water.
I was on a call with Mike to do that, and he was like, okay, grab this piece, get that. Maybe you should go out of explore mode for like a second. And he was like, okay, now put a little blue spot in the middle, and then just say, Mike says no on both sides. So if you were wondering, it was probably visible in the last episode as well in some shots. This is the thing. This is what we have to deal with. We took over a zoo, and we're not even the boss in our own zoo.
But last time I mentioned that over here was going to be the presentation. So
wow, that's great timing.
I laid that out a little. Why is she standing over there?
Oh,
she's just giving a personal presentation to this one guy. No, but of course, as you can see, it's still a work in progress. But I put down some of the leader's amazing sunscreens over here.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Hell yeah.
And I've laid out the habitat all in a new way so that it doesn't go into the Mike Says No area too much. So.
And the Mike Says No area.
And I've repurposed the no square. I've also repurposed this path that we took away, because we wanted the elephant habitat to have a path going through it, the so-called bridge that you may or may not have seen on Iben's Twitter.
Yeah, so we usually do these kinds of planning sessions, because if you don't, you get two results where like, oh no, what did we do? Oh, holy cow.
Don't look too far ahead. But yeah, so the water over here isn't too different from where I left last time, except that we now have the walking route going through here onto the kind of square with all of our tables and stuff.
Yeah, but this already looks so much better.
Yeah, just the water feels so much more substantial. And did you also the rock work feels a little different?
It's a little expanded to kind of enclose it a bit more. But the main thing that we changed or, well, I changed, is that over here we were going to make Bridge. But somewhere while making Bridge, going over the elephants, I realized making a bridge go over an elephant habitat, that bridge needs to be really high up, and the elephants should in no way be able to reach the visitors. So this bridge was starting to take up quite a lot of space.
And it's cliche. Come on. We are not a cliche zoo. We're fancy.
We're fancy.
bourgeois.
So, of course, I started to think, what else can we do over here? And, well, I was already taking inspiration from Amsterdam Zoo for this place. So I just took that a little further. And this is kind of straight from the Zoo of Amsterdam, Artis.
Oh,
we have...
this is so cool. Oh my god.
I will quote myself from several seconds ago. Holy cow. You actually managed to do this, which is absolutely bonkers.
Just both the concept and the execution, the latter of which is just so like clean. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah. It took quite a bit of time, which is why it's not completely finished. So if Wyatt can hold off a little longer on starting, I could finish it like Saturday morning while you're still asleep anyway. So cool. I'll just pull this through to the other side, and look at that.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Whoa.
It's so much. It gets even better with the elephant there.
That's insane. Like, imagine seeing this in real life and being so damn close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And you can actually see the barrier you put in. Like, not the actual barrier, but the barrier.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, you don't want the elephants to get too close to this animal either. So there is a little barrier in there that is, the top of it is at an angle. Like we saw some pictures of the actual artist mode drained, which I use. And yeah, on the other side, I did put up some fencing. At first, I just had kind of an electrical wire here, but I did not think that was going to be enough. So, yeah. We do have a mode over here as well, but it's more for aesthetic rather than function.
Yeah.
It's just the effect of going down into this. And I add a little water feature because why not?
Ooh, I love like zoo exhibit design that like feels unsafe just because of where like the animals are being placed like against your eye line, and it's like they shouldn't be there. It looks like they're gonna escape, but like all of the barriers and protection and stuff are hidden. So it just like screws with your head, and it's so like cool and immersive.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Like, what the hell?
Dude, I would be freaking out in the best way.
Yeah. It's the thing that you were... Oh.
I feel like I'm in a zoo right now.
See, this area isn't even finished yet, and we're like oh my god, what the hell, this is so cool.
Yeah, actually, this is the first time I'm seeing them use the staircase that I made, which is pretty exciting. I used the same measurements as the real life inspiration. Like I can actually quickly have a look at that. Oh, why does it go up so high? Of course, I used the Wyatt trick of like coloring all of the steps.
Yes, sir.
To make it look all nice and dirty. It could use a lot more grunge work, which is something we'll probably work on in the future.
Now let's test this out.
Okay, now it's getting a little too close. So in real life, I don't think they'd be able to actually get up that. But I don't know.
What the hell? How cool is this?
But yeah, this is really amazing. Oh, they're actually able to get to the other side still. That's awesome.
Yeah. Dude.
You have no idea how I'm here with my jaw almost on the floor right now. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. So we've got like I think it's 1.5 meters, and then 1.5 meters down for each step. So that's what it was in real life as well. So I just followed that, and so, I'm glad the game picked up on it.
Yeah. So like in the last episode with like Iben's like penguin room with the rock hopper on the table, I was like, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in the game. And now we're just like piling on with this, and I feel like I have such big shoes to fill for my episode. I'll have to go crazy on something.
I mean, you'll probably will. You'll find something. I'm sure.
Find something. I can always figure it out.
Yeah, and what's also really cool, there's no elephant over there now oh yeah, slope.
Ah,
Yep,
good.
got him.
But what I wanted to
Cecil,
show, except
Your
for
influence has been...
all the junk in the background that still needs to be cleaned up. But what's nice now is that from over here you can actually see into the other habitat as well.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
So you can actually spot an elephant walking in the back there, which I think is cool. It connects the two habitats a bit more, whereas before we would have this big rock wall that kind of blocks them off.
I think at this point the guests are low enough in the water that you probably wouldn't see them.
Yeah, or only barely notice them.
From like that's from that like specific vantage point, you can only see the elephants, which is very clever, even if it's unintentional.
Yeah,
really well done.
Right.
Gordon,
So
would you mind going back to like the path, just like the start of this?
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be so freaking cool when we have like the building, like the community center behind it, kind of like looming in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be an awesome sightline, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a lot we can do with this, and
absolutely.
And yeah, even with like some signage over here to like name the area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do with just these rocks already.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I can like picture the area sign being here.
This fence needs to be a bit higher up by the looks of it. Oops. But yeah, all right. So this isn't all. This is basically all I did. Well, no, actually,
I did a lot more.
I did a little more.
Come on.
But we're kind of going into Iben's territory a little bit here, where I supplemented it mostly. So
I like that we're establishing territories. The elephants are kind of Gorons. This whole area is kind of Iben's, and then I just kind of dick around and whatever.
You are all over. I didn't show it, but you put random elephant heads on stuff. It's like
yeah. Tell him what happened. He calls me out. He's like, Iben, why did you do this? And I'm like, I didn't do this.
There's just random things. What's happening? Okay, there's in the touch tank. There's just you just go back to your area and you just find these random minor tweaks and changes made, and it's usually Wyatt. It's just thought like, yeah, why not? This would make it better. And
I'm like a little goblin.
Oh, come on, Keeper, don't ruin it.
Oh,
yeah. Welcome to the Penguin Protection Institute. This is a sign. This is a sign made by Wyatt.
Oh wow! Yeah. I'm totally here for it. I love it. Yep.
Wyatt, you forgot. By the way, you forgot to send the frame it's on with it. So,
what?
Like the little frame over there, you forgot to send that.
So
I had to make that 5 minutes before the episode started. But yeah, we also have some more signage. So
I love it.
We kind of continued on with the same colors to kind of connect the area a little bit through the signage.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried also to connect the billboards by using font pieces and stuff, but I really wanted to use billboards for something. We'll see. So I kind of combined them, and I don't think I've seen anyone do that as of yet.
Like billboards and font pieces?
Billboards and font pieces combined. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do that a little.
A little. Okay.
I do that a little.
All right.
He's dabbled in it.
I dabble.
I'll give you your credit. Take your credit. But yeah, over here we've got some signs talking about the backstage tours that you could see in Iben's video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Here's a little teaser. But yeah, here you can just read some information and also some prices probably, because I think these tours are paid.
Yeah, exactly. Sick. It's one of those things that zoos are using as a way of income. But I want to talk about what you said about using the same colors, because that's one of the things that we discussed, as the coastal area is going to be an area that has two phases of buildings, and one of them consists of old buildings that we kind of have to keep because they are historical buildings. So this is a very incohesive kind of area with buildings of all kinds of different styles and exhibits of all kinds of different styles. So I think that our way to kind of make it feel one cohesive unit is by reusing certain colors.
Absolutely.
So that it still visually looks like one area, even if it isn't really building wise.
Because that's something you can do like relatively cheaply and immediately to sort of make an area sort of unified.
Exactly. All right, so before we
gloss over it, the little logo on the signs, hello, it's so cool.
That's really cool. Yep.
Yeah, that's taken from the membership or the entrance fee sign.
Okay.
But
still, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So should we go inside, or do we want to look at what Iben did first?
Let's look at the amazing stuff you did first.
All right. So first of all, Iben gave me a little chore of making a sign for the fire extinguisher.
With a needle.
With a needle. Yeah.
That's an inside joke. If you go on streams, you'll know what that means.
But yeah, just said and done. That's really all it is.
Yeah,
not a lot to it.
I was struggling with this so much, and afterwards I actually asked Goron, like, hey, can you give me like a short tutorial on how I can do this thing, because I don't know how to work with the font pieces the way you're doing it. And then he was like, yeah, it's super simple, and he showed me like 3 things, like it's this, and this, and now it makes sense in my head, but before it was no.
Yeah.
So now Iben has the power too.
Well, we'll see a little bit. We'll see a little bit of that. We'll get to that.
All right.
It's
so. I think I'm gonna turn around first though. So over here we have the toilets.
Oh, sweet! You made a better version of that.
I made a better version of that. Yeah. And of course we're gonna have signs all over this place, featuring our little mascot over here. Everybody meet Pip. We're starting with the most flattering one. This is a sign all about poop. And of course, penguins, they poop really far. And that's what this sign is going to be about. And the reason penguins poop really far is because they don't really like to leave their nest, but they also don't want to poop in their nest. So they just stick their butt out their nest, and it goes like 1.5 meters out.
If you've seen penguins in a zoo, you've probably seen that happen directly onto another penguin.
I've never seen that, and now
really okay.
When we go to Plankendaal, I almost said it in an English accent again. When we go to Plankendaal, Goron, we're just gonna wait at the penguins until they do it.
You're welcome.
We'll just record the entire thing, just waiting for it, and send the entire recording to Wyatt.
Yeah,
for that little one thing.
Yeah. So Pip is the main reason I really wanted to use billboards for this. I came up with the idea of having a cartoon character like that, and I just really wanted to try my hand to actually do it justice and not just with font pieces. So we do have a font piece Pip over here because he's plastered onto the door, which of course you can't really do well with billboards. So
fun.
I don't have the billboards for Iben signs by the looks of it. We need to find a good way to share all of our billboards with each other. Cause...
Yeah, I'm thinking about writing a script to make that sync up correctly.
Mr. IT.
It's the one thing that I can do. Please give it to me.
So here we have our next sign, which is a pretty common one for zoos, for any animal basically. This one's
definitely
loosely based on the one I saw at Sea Life in Scheveningen, but of course it's not that unique, so it could be from anywhere. The only thing you might notice is that it doesn't have every species of penguin on it. This is just every species of penguin that we have in game at the moment, thanks to mods. So, yeah,
and I think it works so well. Like sometimes I see people use billboards with actual animals from like real life. Yeah. And I always think that it looks so much better when it's an animal from in a game, because it creates this whole consistent universe.
Exactly.
And I love it. Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and of course, again, we have Pip joining the fray, being like, oh, wow, they're so big. Especially because Pip is a little blue penguin, so of course he's the shortest of them all.
And that was a request on my part because in Goron's sketches, when we were sort of going through the design process, he was just sort of a black and white kind of generic cartoon penguin. But I figured since we already have, I mean, we're planning on having Little Blues on exhibit, I figured why not go in that direction? So yeah.
Yeah.
I think this one is my absolute favorite one.
This is awesome.
This is actually what it would look like in a zoo, and it's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. I think
like you used like the different like the signs sunken in and like combined with the billboards and just there's so many things at play here, and it's also creative and fun.
Yeah. Thanks. I really like this as well. It's the penguins are a really fun subject to make these signs of, because I feel like there's so many stats for penguins. Like, you've got their heights, you've got how deep they dive, you've got their different diets. You could probably make things about like which kind of temperatures they live at. I actually, now that I think of it, that's something I was planning on doing, but I forgot. But
you were busy. It's fine.
It's fine. So next up, we of course even made this amazing little holding area for them. So we've got a sign about that as well. All about.
Even included pictures of the babies. Come on.
Yeah, all about raising the chicks. What do penguin chicks looks like? What are the heat lamps for?
I think of all of your Pip cartoons, I think this one worked out the best.
Yes, I was really proud of this. Also, this one. Both of these are my favorites.
Yeah, these are just absolutely insane. I love
Super
it so
happy
much.
with those. And then we've got two more Pip things, and then we're going to look at something Iben did. So over here, not all penguins like the cold. It's actually kind of funny how most of the penguins we have on exhibit here are not from the Arctic or the Antarctics. All about tropical penguins. And then the last sign is over here in the corner. We got a little donation sign.
A little coin, yes. It's so fun. And
then this is something that wasn't here yet in Iben's episode. This is something Iben did. Then Iben gave me some props to populate it with some more. So it's like 99% Iben, and I just put down some things. But
cool.
I love.
Yeah, that's so clean.
Yeah, I just realized that actually. I hadn't seen that yet. It's really nice.
Yeah, so this is based on a design by a company for, I believe it's the Detroit Zoo. Don't kill me if it wasn't that one. It's escaping my mind right now. But they have like this very extensive Arctic penguin shop with like tons of penguin stuff. And we kind of loved how on the nose it was that people go for penguins. They are expecting the Arctic and the Antarctic penguins, and then they're just like, oh, this is an entire building without any of those penguins. So let's just make a gift shop that will make sure that people get to see that one.
One thing that you first, Goron.
I love the way they did the eyes and stuff over here. It's just so freaking well done.
Yeah. That was going to be my exact note, is that the way you shaded the ice with the white and blue is so freaking clean and beautiful. Yeah, we've got
these boxes, and look, Iben's getting better at the font pieces already.
It looks fine.
It's simplistic. And sometimes
I'm gonna come back to this gift shop and add more stuff in the future, but like it's a good start.
Yeah, you've got little whatever these are. Got little drinking cans.
Based on all kinds of stuff that they had at that gift shop.
Look at Iben's binoculars.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Like, okay, I just wanna pull up your original gift shop pack. Oh god, I have too many gift shop packs. I think it's this one, right? Just look at the difference.
Man. That's the original.
Those are the original binoculars. It's crazy because this is like if we had these pieces back then, you would have made it the same. This is just a game getting like better for people like us.
Yeah.
I love details like this. It's
And
so cool to see the progression of that.
The thing was that when I was making the backstage for the penguins, the little water sample holders, when I was making them, I was like, oh, this looks like binoculars. Cool, I'll remember this.
Yeah, okay, I can see that now. Yeah, now that you mention it. Also, we have these headphones over here.
Ooh.
There's a thing that's
I
over there.
love,
They
like,
might also
the-
be earmuffs or something.
Yeah, ear muffins indeed.
I
That
love
makes-
the
that makes
focus
more
on
sense.
like the like Arctic expedition in terms of like the merchandise. It's very fun. And then we mustn't gloss over the plushies that Iben made.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
these are
plushies.
custom. I forgot. These aren't made by Keyboard Keeper. These are completely
Yes.
new.
Little rock hoppers.
Yes, and the other ones are, I think they are my attempt at Gentus.
Yeah, they look like
They look
Kentos.
they look more like a daily penguins. 'cause
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Gentus have the markings behind their eyes.
Yeah, see, and like the white part was supposed to be the markings, but I think I
Oh,
gave
I
up.
see.
But the cool thing with penguins is, if you approximate one species, you'll probably get another one, and it's fine.
There's like that group where it's like the Magellanic penguins, humble penguins, and African penguins. Where
Yeah.
they look the exact same.
I did put down one Keyboard Keeper plushie. Even said like, oh, they were too big. But I remember plenty of gift shop have like this one way too
Yeah.
big thing at the front that like no one's gonna buy because it's
Exactly.
usually like $100 or something.
It's aspirational.
I've been told that that is a marketing trick.
Oh yeah.
Kids come in and ask their parents like, "Oh, can I get that one?" And it's like, "No, but you can get another one."
Yeah,
And that
like
is
that
a way
one's
to
too
get-
expensive, but if
Yes.
you take this one, it's fine.
I
Yeah.
just can't imagine like lugging like a giant plushie around the zoo.
I know, right? It's just like when in like theme parks, you have like the gambling games where you can get like these huge stuffed bears and stuff. I'm like, are you gonna take
Yeah.
that on your roller coaster? Like, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so last but definitely not least, I think Eben's gonna have to take the word on all of this.
Eben's
We
gonna
have-
take the wheel.
We have all sorts of stuff and a sign that I didn't have the time to finish.
So Wyatt and I were talking about this during our planning session, if I remember correctly. That we wanted a playground here, but then Wyatt said, "Oh, it needs to be an educational playground." So I tried to incorporate like all kinds of things that like a penguin. So you can come to this playground using the stairs, or you could just slide down like a penguin with a slide. There is this little thing. So the idea is that we would have we need a proper sign and stuff. There would be color sensors inside the little holes. So if you put one of the shapes inside the holes, it will make a ding sound when you put the right material to the right penguins, so that rock hoppers use branches, little blue penguins use grass, gentus use rocks. So it's like a cool little way to teach children this is what certain penguin species use as nesting material, which is
And I
really
could
cool.
I could envision each different colored block having a little graphic of a
Yeah,
branch or a
picture
clump
of
of
it.
grass as opposed to an actual prop.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
there's one whole extra because Wyatt had the really cool idea of make one for an emperor penguin as well, which whatever shape you throw in, it will always say because they don't use. we'll record that sound effect and use it in the zoo.
Oh, we'll put it in one of the. You can put it in the button thing.
Yeah.
The kids press.
There is actually one of the feet compare machines in there, but they don't use it for some reason. So, So there's a bunch of other stuff here.
What's this thing? That's the one I'm most curious about.
Okay, so this is a robot that they are using in Antarctica to study emperor penguins. And in the concept art, I've seen the actual robot as well, and it looks like this. The concept art also shows like a fake ice. I want to say ice mountain, but an ice rock around it, so it doesn't look like a real one. And the idea is that you would, that penguins would huddle around it. And if there's enough people standing on all these little stones, the robot will make a sound like, "Oh, you're now with enough. You'll be warm enough to not freeze in the cold," and stuff like that.
Is that what the real robot does as well? Like...
Yeah, the robot also does like measure internal temperatures and stuff like that. Yeah.
So so these people, is there like a memorial plaque in here or something? Like, right.
Exactly.
I see.
I think for this one, it doesn't matter that much. You can see with this one that it causes people to Harry Potter out.
Yeah, they still ignore the barriers when they... Oh yeah, so here...
Also, you should swap these around, because I've only seen people walk the other way.
Okay, we'll turn them around. So yeah, this is another fun sign that this was inspired by like an article about the NHS, like warning people to, if it snows, you need to walk like a penguin, not to trip, and people... Like newspapers were like, "Oh, are we going too far?" All kinds of things. It was so stupid, but I really loved the sign. So I was like, "Oh, I like the concept that you like can walk like a penguin on these little footsteps." And I tried to make some legs showing the position, but it doesn't work.
You did great. You did great. It's perfect.
No, it's not.
Extend your arms, keep your knees loose. Yeah, so I added the text and the penguin and these feet to the sign that Iben made.
I love it.
Yeah,
so fun.
Yeah, I think this I really like this one so much. This is definitely a thing that I would do even as an adult. Just I don't care.
Having watched your zoo tours, I do not doubt that for a minute.
Right, and then last but not least, but this is mainly something we'll probably enjoy in the next episode. Never mind. There we go. We can crawl in here. Have an amazing view.
That's awesome.
What's going to be the next habitat that Wyatt will probably build for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's slide into that.
Yeah.
Wyatt, what are you going to do in your episode?
Definitely finish these 2 penguin yards and then just like fill out the rest of the playground space. Probably do something around the elephants. But yeah, I don't really have anything specific in mind. I think I'll just fly around and see how I feel and then run it by you guys.
Yeah,
sweet.
I mean, that sounds perfect. If you need any help, I feel like I owe both of you guys. So.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Don't you forget that.
God.
You already shared some ideas that you had with us in our Discord, and I'm really looking forward to what you're gonna do with the elephant signage. That's gonna be That's gonna be really cool. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think with that we'll be off. This actually was a longer episode than I expected.
Yeah,
so we will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Aha!